Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to talk about something that might be hiding right outside your back door, a danger in a place you'd never think to look, your own garden. You've probably spent countless hours making your garden this beautiful green paradise for your flock. But what if? What if that very paradise is actually a poison trap in disguise? Yeah, it's a scary thought. But behind all those gorgeous colors and lush green leaves that we love, a lot of popular plants are hiding a pretty deadly secret.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this risk, we've got to break down a big assumption that honestly most of us have about our animals.
And this is where it gets really fascinating, because it totally challenges what we think we know, right? We kind of figure animals, well, they just know what's good for them and what's not. But it turns out that belief, it can be a really dangerous one.
I mean, it's the first thing we all think, isn't it? Oh, my chickens are smart. They're not going to eat something that's bad for them. But unfortunately, it's just not that simple.
You see, that natural grazing instinct we all count on, it's way more complicated than you might think. It's basically inherited knowledge built up over thousands and thousands of years in a very specific native environment.
And this right here, this lays out the problem perfectly. Think about it. Out in the wild, an animal has a huge menu of native plants to choose from, and generations of experience telling them what's safe. But in our backyards, they've got super limited options, and they're surrounded by all these ornamental strangers from all over the world. It's like their ancient software just isn't designed to run on this modern hardware.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, let's meet some of these stealthy killers. We're talking about plants that are super common, absolutely beautiful, and also happen to be really toxic to your flock. First on our list, the azalea. I mean, who doesn't love those stunning spring blooms, right? But for chickens, literally every part of this plant has something called toxins. These things mess with heart function, and even a tiny amount can be fatal. Next up, another beauty, the delicate, sweet-smelling lily of the valley. It looks so innocent, but it's packed with cardiac glycosides. And if your birds get into these, it can cause really severe heart problems, and things can go downhill fast. And then, of course, we have the majestic foxglove. Now, what's wild is that this plant is actually the source of the heart medicine digitalis, but that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. For a chicken, eating any part of this plant is basically like giving it a massive, massive overdose of powerful heart medication. And look, I have to be really clear here. This is just a tiny, tiny sample. We're talking about plants like rhododendrons, oleander, daffodils, even parts of tomato and potato plants can be toxic. The list is seriously long, which is why doing your own research for your own yard is absolutely crucial. All right, so let's get to the most important part, right? What can you actually do about all this? Let's talk about a real plan for making a yard that's both gorgeous and totally safe for your flock. I love this saying because it just hits the nail on the head. With spring planting right around the corner, now is the perfect time to get a plan in place. You really don't want to wait until a tragedy forces your hand.
So here's what you do. It's a simple 4-step plan. Step 1, audit your yard. Literally walk around with a notepad or your phone and identify every single plant you have. Step 2, research before you buy. So simple. Before you bring any new plant home from the nursery, just do a quick search on its toxicity for poultry. Step 3, designate safe zones. Create a specific area where your flock can forage without you having to worry. A space totally clear of any iffy plants. And finally, step 4, observe your flock's behavior. Just watch them, see what they're pecking at. Sometimes their curiosity can get the better of them.
And listen, the whole point here isn't to scare you into paving over your backyard. Not at all. It's just about being intentional. With a little bit of planning and knowledge, you can absolutely have a stunning garden and a safe, happy, thriving flock. They can coexist. So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you know that some of these beautiful plants can be hidden killers, what's the very first change you're going to make in your own garden? Because really, your flock is counting on you.